Ready?
Just gonna move this.
Ready? Stop it.
Stop it. Okay.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I'm fucking recording.
Okay.
Okay. So welcome to the KJ&A podcast. I'm Kevin.
I'm Jason.
And we're going to talk about the fucking animes.
Yes, you know, A can't, announce himself. Because it would be awesome if we could have a voice actor from what we're doing actually say. This is
Who would be your optimum idea?
for a person to say,
Yeah, who would be the A?
for this episode, because of recent news in the past couple of weeks, Jada Pinkett Smith.
Jada Pinkett.
She was a voice in Princess Mononoke.
Who was she?
I can't
I need to pay attention to that.
Hold on.
You can't remember.
I can't remember. Look, that's a lot of work to remember every single little bit and piece. Jesus, that's what.
Well, I guess we should tell everybody which movie we watched.
Now that I've just kind of spoiled it, that's my bad. I'm sorry.
Because that was Princess Mononoke, right?
Correct.
All right, that was number one. We're going to do Princess Mononoke. Or we did.
Yeah, we did.
And now we're going to talk about the shit.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Mononoke. Okay.
See, I thought we were going to watch Princess Mono. Okay.
Oh, damn.
And they were like, how's the content of your mouth lesions?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Ew, David. Ew. Too much? No,
Princess Mono. Okay.
Hey, that bitch right there. She got that mono. Okay.
Got that kiss in the sleeves.
So yeah, we're just gonna sit here and we're gonna make fun of it. We're gonna make fun of it, but we love it.
No, it was actually really good.
It really was. I mean, you got to think the art value, and this was late '90s, so the art was getting more refined, becoming more streamlined, and it's a Studio Ghibli classic. You can't get much better for that time period.
Yeah, see, when it comes to any sort of animation video or cartoon or anime or anything, if it's got crappy art in it, I'm going to cringe watching it. Like, it could have the best story in the world, but I'm just going to be seeing the skips in it. And that was really good about this. Like, the whole, like, it flowed and the art was so smooth.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was just,
You like seeing that wind drift over the hillside.
Oh, that wind you're not from easy.
Little blades of grasses waving.
Oh, it's so nice.
It's so serene.
It was so pretty.
It's so serene. The color schemes was good because you was like, oh my god, it's so bright out here. And then when the demons came, you was like, oh god, it's dark. It's black and red and crimsons and stuff. Oh my goodness.
It's got the worms.
Oh no, it had worms, it had lesions. I mean, that dude had mucus in his eyeballs.
Can you imagine if every time you got a fucking infection, it came out like that? I mean, granted, it'd be easier to diagnose.
Oh, yeah. You possessed. Okay, I got you. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Oh, you stepped on a rusty nail? Your foot looks like a bunch of worms are trying to eat their way from the inside.
I tell you what, Ashitaka, boy, I was like, man, I can't believe you got that poisonings. You got that poisonings, man? Yeah, I got that poisonings.
Oh, yeah. At the beginning, with the first demon that you see comes out of the woods. And, of course, you know, he's got to be extra hero. But they said he was a prince, but, like, they never mentioned if there was a king.
That's true. They didn't mention a king. They didn't mention a queen. Now we're going off
of a small village. So how
it's like an excommunicated clan.
Yeah, because they explain that later.
So yeah, there's no mention of king, queen. He does have a sister.
Yeah, because I figured we'll get to that later. But
yeah,
once he, yeah. I was like, why aren't you just going to hang out? Go to back and hang out. You know that person that you love so much that you lived the whole beginning of your life with that you've probably been thinking about every single day since?
Exactly.
Maybe you want to go back there. Mm-hmm. No, but I'll tell you what he wanted. He wanted that vagina. You know what he wanted.
That's some incestuous.
No, I'm not talking about his sister. I'm talking about the reason he didn't go back.
You talking about that girl?
You know what I'm talking about. Princess Mononoke.
You talking about that girl with that mask? You talking about that kid? You talking about that girl with that mask?
That girl with that mask. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I guess at the beginning it was him and his at his village, and then the demon attacks.
Yeah, he starts off his day all normal. Says hi, hey, how's it going? Says hey to his sister and her friends. What's going on, guys?
Get back to the village.
Climbs up the watchtower. Hey, buddy, what's going on? How you doing?
What the hell are you gonna do up here, old man? You ain't even got a bow.
Right? He just
he didn't have shit.
Because nothing happens, right? Until today. What the hell is that out in the woods? What the hell? Oh no! It's a big black thing. I didn't say anything. I don't know what you guys talking about. Big black things.
I've been up here doing my fucking Sudokus. Sent into the fucking woods. You're literally on watch.
We ain't got time for that. I'm gonna die in 3 days. What you talking about? I need to watch this shit.
I got minimum a week.
I mean, we are talking about feudal Japan here, people. If it's anything like any period of time, obviously, people did not make it into their prime.
I mean, a lot of the people in that village had the gray hair. And they did mention samurai a lot.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So, I think the feudal Japan thing is correct. Except for the fact that they were giant gods and everything, because...
animals talking and stuff.
Yeah, because it turns out that that giant, the monster that was coming out of the woods, that was covered in nasty worms, was just one of the gods. Because they mention...
Pretty sure name was Nago.
Yeah, Nago.
Sure. Yeah,
because it
Nago
was...
the bull god.
Yeah, because he was the first one that got infected because it was like rage or... Yeah.
Yeah, partially rage, but also because there was a piece of iron stuck in him. And
that's right. He got a bullet.
That's why he had a bullet.
He got hit with a bullet, and then it pissed him off, and he's like, what the fuck? Granted, if it was me and I got shot, I would also be like, what? Why?
Oh, you're gonna pull the Ace Ventura? Oh no, he really is the White Devil. Oh no,
the White Devil. How dare you, sir?
Queen's Ultra. Oh no, quoting too many movies. Going way off track.
Oh no, we're going off track. So, anyways, big giant demon comes in.
Yep.
And they stop him.
Yep.
Or the prince stops him by being a badass, but he gets infected.
Yep.
And then they...
Right in the right arm of all places. That's my smacking arm.
This is the hand I use for backhanded. Backhanding them hoes.
Oh.
So, so he goes back to the village, right?
Yep.
He goes back to the village, and then the old sage lady / grandma / only female on the council.
Yeah, the old priestess. You gotta have at least one of those. No matter what story it is, you gotta have an old priestess or an old priest who knows what the fuck's going on. Can't skimp on those old spiritualists.
We have at least a 2 priestess budget in this town.
Oh no! So we're gonna hit those Deadpool numbers. Can't have the whole team. You can get 2.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Was it Colossus and...
Yeah, Colossus and Teenage Negasonic Teenage... What was it?
What was it?
Too many teenagers.
Yeah.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead. There we go.
Okay. All right,
Best name ever.
We're getting fucking distracted. That just seems like too many words.
I know we are throwing out
Help!
so
Save
much.
me, teenage niggas!
Yeah, about that. Warhead, what up? Oh, my bad.
Anyways, we're veering off onto the wrong nerd track.
Yeah, yes. Hey, but just remember, we're your local nerds. Anime is not just our deal. We can do a lot more than stuff. A lot more than stuff, yes. A lot more than stuff. We got this.
So, all right. So goes to the old lady. Old lady's like, "Your arm's gonna be forever damned, and the only chance you possibly have is to run away."
Correct. You guys to go out into the woods and find the forest spirit.
Yeah, they're like, maybe kill you, maybe not.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you stay here, you're just gonna croak. So, good luck.
Bye.
We love
yeah.
you. Bye.
Oh yeah. Cut off your top knot, because you don't belong here no more.
Is that why he? I didn't think about that. Is that why he couldn't go back?
Yeah. Well, he probably would have been able to go back. I feel. I don't think he would have had the same status as being the prince because of once again, infected by demons.
Yeah, well,
You know.
it happens.
Curse shit happens. Curse shit happens. Roanoke.
So he gets through. So they give him all their shit.
Yep.
Give him the like traveling gear, and he's riding his big red elk.
Yeah, right? But this elk plays a huge part in this story because no one outside of his village has ever seen a red elk. So people initially just, holy shit, that's a red elk.
But that's kind of how the only way that they recognize him for what his home tribe is.
Right.
Because his home tribe was exiled, right?
Yeah, they're the Anishi tribe.
Yeah. They were exiled. And then the only reason that they picked up that he was one of the exiled tribe was because his tribe was one of the ones who rode the red elk. And
Right.
so when he came in on a red elk, they're like, oh shit, you're Anishi bitch.
Okay. Jada Pinkett Smith, because she played Toki. That was her.
Oh, she played Toki?
Yes. Yes. Terrible. I cannot remember who Toki
Yeah, who the
was.
fuck was Toki?
Probably one of his sister's friends, because his sister was Kaya.
Who the fuck was Toki?
That's a good question. Hold on, let me.
It wasn't that long ago, but it's like remembering names and that. I just kind of blur them together.
Well, because you watch it for the story. You're not watching it for every single character. You're only watching it for the characters that actually give something to the overall story.
Maybe next time we watch it twice. One time to enjoy it, and another time to take notes.
You know what? Yeah. Notes for selves. We're gonna watch it twice.
Not notes for the first time. Enjoy it the first time.
Yes.
Then notes.
Yes. Let me see if I can find let me see if I can actually find a picture of Toki and give us some perspective. Oh, she did have a huge part to play.
What was she?
She was one of the prostitutes that ran.
Oh, that's right, Toki. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
For everyone's knowledge, we do better with faces than names.
Yeah, absolutely.
Faces first, names second. I could have seen you back when I was friggin' 5 years old. I remember what you look like, have somehow digitally aged you in my mind, and been like, holy crap, it's you! But have no idea what your name is. Hey!
Guy?
Person?
It's a person? I'm so horrible with like remembering. Like I can memorize music that I've heard.
Exactly.
Like, after the first or second time. Do I remember who wrote it? Nope. Do I remember what the song title is? Nope. You start playing the music though, I'll sing it. I'll know it.
The only thing I can do better on is I will remember the group, but I will not remember the song title. I do not go by song titles very often, unless it's a song that I literally listen to forwards and backwards all the time.
Like anything by Tenacious D is I can pretty much guarantee that I'm going to know every title.
It's your bread and butter.
It is my bread and butter. I butter both sides of the bread with that one.
All right, so Lee's Village, Red Elk. As I saw it, he's on his little mountain pass, sees a village. All right, cool. And then there are people being massacred in droves by bandits.
But
Now
they're samurais too, right? Aren't those the samurai bandits as well? Because
I think
they
they
had
are
the samurai.
Yeah, because they do have a lord.
Right.
But you don't find that out until a little bit later. But at first you're just thinking, oh, they're just bandits in armor. And this is when you start seeing that this curse can pay off for this guy. Because he's going to go save people. So he grabs his bow and arrow, and he's riding that elk. And what happens? First shot, he takes off a guy's arms. Not one arm. He takes off both of his arms and literally skewers them to a tree.
And the dude's still got his stubs up, like, ha ha. Huh?
What happened? You're like, holy shit. Now, okay, you literally see dude's arm, like, go from a little bit tiny to...
Yeah, and well, that's because he's got that cloth over top, and you just see, like, the worm things, like, underneath.
You're like, ew. Ew. Ew, David!
Well, you know what, maybe it's just me being picky, but I feel like it was the hand that was holding the wood that was the one that was infected, and the one that pulled back the bowstring wasn't infected. I feel like the one that was infected should have been the one that was infected, because then it got like super strong.
Right.
And I just imagine this
Hella pullback?
Yeah, like hella pullback, and then that would have. But it wasn't. It was the other way around, because they show a couple times when the infection sort of takes over later on that like he can control the rest of his body. It's just that one part that's controlled by the infection.
The negative emotions that I guess he feels at certain times. So it just goes, wow.
Yeah, and then he's like holding it down with the other hand. So I'm like, okay, obviously he has control over his body. So like his regular pulling arm wouldn't have been. Okay, man, I'm just being picky. For no fucking reason. But I'm like, it should have been the other hand. Thank you very much.
That's fair, because the next shot literally takes off another guy's head. You're like, God damn.
And there's another time where that happens in this movie, and it cracks me the fuck up when he's running away. Later, it's like towards the end of the movie, and the one guy's running.
Oh, don't do it! No! Don't give it away! Don't give it away yet! Don't give it away yet! Because that is a great.
Cracks me up.
Again, because of this animation, there is so much to look forward to. There's not a bad beat.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Really good.
So, I believe after that terrible attack...
Yeah, because that was just like on the path.
Yeah, it was just on the path. It was just a random small village. It wasn't like a huge village. And unlike the one that he comes to next, where he has all the vendors.
Yeah.
And everything. And where does he meets... I
can't remember his name, but he's short...
Jigo.
Jigo, the older...
But you don't know his name is Jigo until...
way
ways
later.
Down. But he just looks like a little traveler that just wants to offer his assistance.
Yeah, so he like helps him pay
Yep.
For some rice because he doesn't have
any of the local currency.
Yeah, he doesn't have local currency. He pays with like a block of gold, and the guy's like, that's worth at least 3 bags of rice. And everyone's like, fuck that, what?
Yeah. Because, modern people don't know about gold somehow. No one's That's right, because if you go in the fucking forest and you mine the forest, motherfuckers get mad about that shit. Nago. Just to name one particular person that...
What a bitch.
God. That didn't like that shit.
Nago didn't like that.
No.
Oh, Nago was a warthog, by the way.
Yeah, he was a warthog.
The demon was a giant warthog.
I mean... You didn't know that until after all the wormies got off.
Well, I mean, it took one good shot.
Yeah,
one arrow shot to the face and killed the fucking warthog.
Yeah, even though you would think a forest guide would take a little bit more.
But in his defense, he was a little beat up already.
That's true. I mean,
because he did get shot.
He did get shot. That was
okay. So he goes through the market and he befriends Jigo, right?
Yeah, You think he befriends Jigo.
Well, it's more like time where he's like a kind old man.
Yeah.
He like makes some food for the kid.
Right.
And the kid tells a story about what's happening, and the Jigo's of course like the wise old man. He's like, oh, well, you must obviously be from the Anishi tribe because,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, you're riding a red elk and blah, blah, blah. You are super smart, blah, 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 whatever.
What a spiel. Look at this guy over
that
here.
was word for word.
Look at this guy over here and all my family history. Hey, guy. Come on, calm down.
Whoa. Tone it down there, Tony. Tone it down.
Oh, God, he went there. Oh, Tony.
He's my lover.
Oh, no. Oh, no, use the lady on... Use the mistress? So you was waiting on the yacht. You're not in the house. You went to the yacht. I
got the yachts.
Oh, yeah, we're throwing... Yeah, see... People, I hope you're getting some of these references because they're pretty darn spot on. Sopranos on HBO Max.
Stop. Not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored.
HBO Max. We want your sponsorship.
We just started. Calm down.
I don't care.
Keep it in your pants, sir.
I want endorsements.
But whoa. Put it back in your pants.
No. I feel free. Cool air helps.
Okay, so anyway.
Yeah.
Meets old man.
Yep. Then he tells him about the spirit in the forest. The spirit in the forest. Or spirit of the forest, my bad. Like the actual spirit of the forest. Not just a forest god, but a like spirit of the forest. The physical representation of a forest. I would surmise.
Oh, yeah. With like the we're talking about the actual spirit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Because he meets Princess Mononoke on his way over.
Yes.
But he doesn't know her. He just sees a girl riding some giant wolves.
Yeah, she's kind of a dick.
Yeah. Go away.
I don't like humans. Bitch, you human. No, I'm not. I'm a wolf.
Bow wow. Bow wow, bitch.
Speaking of which, Princess Mononoke as played by Claire Danes.
Really?
Claire Danes. That's right.
After hearing, thinking about that, after hearing her voice, yeah. I can see that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Claire frickin' Danes. Like, what?
Sorry.
No, there's no sorry there. That's acceptable. I feel she was way prettier than friggin' Kristen Dunst.
Your face.
I'm sorry. If it came down to certain things, I would have preferred Claire Danes playing the part of Mary Jane in Spider-Man in comparison to Kristen Dunst.
Why do you make her face like she's taking a shit when you say her name?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that about my Murray face? Piece of shit.
You're just mad you can't kiss some other dude upside down.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm sorry, I gave your secret away.
How dare you?
Oh no, don't tell my secrets.
Not Toby.
I got water going up my nose, bitch.
Right? You gotta think, Sam Raimi must have really been paying that man some good money to do that scene.
God.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, so
Good boys.
Yeah,
Woo!
so what happened with the actual with the so he makes it to this is when he gets directly to the Spear Guardian, right?
No, he doesn't directly make it to the Spirit Guardian yet. But they do traverse. No, because we're missing something. The once again back on the road, and Lady Oboshi and her people are carrying the rice.
Oh, that's right. And the wolves tear down.
That's right. Mononoke and the wolves actually come down to attack the caravan carrying the rice
because they're trying to take care of Oboshi.
Right.
Because female Oboshi is the leader of Iron.
As played by Minnie Driver.
Minnie Driver?
Minnie Driver was the voice of Lady Oboshi.
And Studio Ghibli gets all the good shit.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, we have great Japanese voice actors, but we also have amazing American voice actors to do these parts too. There is no skimping on these high-profile movies. Ghibli put out good. Oh, yeah.
I put out good, too.
Oh.
Not to you son of a bitch.
I mean, obviously. I'm pretty sure someone in this house would not appreciate you putting it out on me at any time.
Anyways.
So, Princess Mononoke, two wolves, which, we don't know anything about them. They're coming down, taking down Lady Oboshi, which you don't know it's Lady Oboshi. You're just like, oh, man, caravan of people. And you're just fucking attacking. Well, shit. And I mean, they tear their ass up.
Yeah, they like knock all those people down the cliff.
Bruh, terrible. Terrible. Of course, what happens? One of them gets shot. Oh, no.
Yeah, they shoot one of the wolves, and then because they're the first time that you've seen guns,
Mm-hmm.
and they got like the like flintlock.
Oh, yeah, old flintlock. I mean, and they don't even look like rifles. They're looking like friggin' spears almost.
Well, they have them like wrapped in red too.
So they're almost like friggin' arm cannons. I mean, the way they're holding them.
Because maybe those are different because those are the ones that are like.
Interesting.
Why is my phone sound like? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we are kind of. Yeah, we got to kind of.
My bad. Anyways, because Facebook for some reason on your fucking phone, when it goes through, it ignores the volume that your phone is on, and it goes max volume every fucking time you get a Facebook notification.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to tell Zuckerberg to
Eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah, that too. Because eventually he's going to be replaced by Elon Musk because he's going to buy everything. So anyway, they're taking their rights to their Iron Fortress. Blah 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 blah. Someone gets shot. Wah. Later on, Ashitaka finds two of these still alive guys.
Oh yeah, from the raid.
Yeah,
from the wolves attacking the line of soldiers. You find out later from Irontown.
Mm-hmm. So he, being such a nice fellow, says he's going to help them back to their village.
That's right. Yeah, because one's
pretty bad.
One's pretty
off.
fucked up.
The other one's only broken arm.
Yeah, the other one's got a broken arm and a broken leg, but the other one's got like a bandage over his eye, and then he's got
rougher.
Yeah, he's way more messed up. Yeah. But I mean, granted, they fell off a mountain.
Yeah, so broken leg, broken arm. That's all right. This other guy, if you don't get him back there, he might not make it. So on the path, they have. I say they don't have any idea where to go, but they know the easiest route. They just don't want to take it. Why? Because they fear the spirit of the forest. Why? Because they've been digging into the mountain. Why? We'll get to that.
Some of that sweet iron.
Oh no, he said it. But
also chopping down trees because it's the forest.
It's the forest, man. I mean, this was a movie about preservation, and the 90s were huge about preservation. We go back to the
climate change.
The huge cartoon that only probably lasted 1, maybe 2 seasons. Captain Planet. It was all about preservation.
Oh yeah, he's our hero. He's gonna take pollution to how low?
0.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's give this amazing ability to 5 teenagers. Fair.
They need to stop giving powers to teenagers.
I'm sorry. Power Rangers has lasted for how long? And they haven't stopped yet? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Stop pounding the fucking table.
No. I'll do what I want. So, as they're on the outskirts of the forest, about to, still trying to get their idea of where the fuck they're going to go, I guess you would say underlings or...
Oh, the like smaller spirits.
Yeah, the Kodama.
Yeah.
They appear with their little... Would you say bobblehead?
Yes,
bobbleheads.
Absolutely. That is 100% accurate of how you would...
Because they do...
should like...
So they start showing the fuck up, and they basically, without saying a word, invite them into the forest so they can make their journey to the Iron Fortress.
Yeah, because the Kodama pretty much lead them to the lake of the spirit.
Spirit of the forest. Yeah. And they sure do.
Yeah, and the spirit of the forest heals. Is that when they heal? They don't heal any of the people.
No.
That's right.
No. The spirit of the forest.
But they see the spirit of the forest.
The spirit of the forest doesn't heal them, but I'm pretty sure the character's name was Koraku, I believe. The guy with the broken arm and leg.
Toku?
Yeah, the guy who...
Toka.
Yeah.
Toki.
But yeah, they're in the water, and his arm and leg start to feel better.
Yeah.
So there's healing properties in the water, I would think, or at least because of the nature of the forest. He is slowly healing.
Yeah.
Healing better than what he would on his own. But that's when Ashitaka catches a glimpse of the spirit of the forest, and it's
Yeah, but it's like silhouette.
yeah, so it's like a smaller form. But they've already decided. They've said that it looks like an elk, but with the face of a man.
Yeah, which is creepy as shit.
I'm like, all right, so I know what a deer looks like. I know what an elk looks like. I know what a moose looks like. So what does this spirit of the forest looks like? And then when it turns its head, you're like, oh, what the fuck is that?
Oh god.
So
This is creepy
you
as
got antlers and a red face. Sound like a baboon's ass.
It's baboon's ass with eyes. That's what his face looks like.
It's just red. And you just want to.
See, you want to throw up, and I just want to pull a Three Stooges. Right.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do that to a celestial being.
He'll be all right. He gets a joke.
Heaviest.
He's if he's omnipotent, he knows that I'm fucking around.
At least a little bit. You would think a little bit. All right, so
So he takes them. They hang out. They drink water and crap, and then
yeah, that's when they meet Mononoke, sucking out the poison from the wolf god, which is her mom's.
yeah, her mom who raised her.
You want to know who she was played by?
Please.
Gillian Anderson from the X-Files. Yeah, again.
I see. It's like I don't pay attention to that shit. I'm glad you do because I sure as shit don't.
Oh, bro,
But
sorry.
Thinking like now, I'm thinking about how she talked and yeah. I can see it. I can fucking see it.
The truth is out there. Such a great theme song. Yeah, if I were me watching it as a kid, I was like, "Holy shit, this is way too great." Oh god, I'm scared. I can't turn off the light. Me now, like, man, what the fuck was I scared of? This was a good ass show.
That's like, Are You Afraid of the Dark when you were a kid? And Nickelodeon.
I was not. Goosebumps.
No,
The Curse of the Haunted
no, I'm
Mask.
talking about Snick.
I know Snick.
Yeah, Snick had Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Snicket?
And they told, no, not Schnicket. We're not talking about Wolverine, you son of a bitch.
Oh.
No, Snick, was it Are You Afraid of the Dark? And
Right.
what did they called themselves the Midnight Society.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. And then they had their little bag of powder, which I assume was just flour now.
Probably.
I think about it, where they're just like,
Cornstarch.
on behalf of the Midnight Society, I know. And then they tell the story, and you're like, oh, big boys. Why are your parents letting you out this fucking late?
Right?
Where are your parents?
I had to sneak out.
I didn't. My parents didn't give a shit.
Well, at that time I was living with my grandmother, and she was like, "Boy, where'd you go?"
I thought you was asleep and you was old and you had bad hearing. I thought I was gonna get away with this. Shit.
I went outside to sit in the lawn because I like the lawn better than I like my bed.
I just went to the park that's across the street, which is what I did.
Hoodlums.
I wasn't doing nothing that I wasn't supposed to do.
Hoodlum. Okay,
You guys
so
don't know nothing about that.
they get to the river with the two. What's it? Shit. What is his name? Because my brain has farted.
What?
The main character,
Ashitaka?
Ashitaka.
Yep.
Gets to the river with the two people that he saved.
Yep.
And then he leaves. And because he's taking them to where they say, well, where the spirits are leading them
Right.
to Irontown,
Right.
because that's where the two people are from.
Right.
Where they got knocked off. And then they get to Irontown at the same time as the people who are actually taking the path.
Correct.
And the people who are taking the path are like, oh, you went through the forest. The forest is cursed. Blah, blah, blah. You can... How did you make it through there just as fast as we did on foot? And we were with cows and whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So they get angry, but they're nice enough to like,
Come on inside.
Yeah.
Thanks for saving our friends.
And then we meet everybody inside Irontown. And then you find out things.
Like the fact that she basically filled her town with whores from brothels.
That's right. She liberated these whores.
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying
it's a good thing because you know they're not being exploited.
they know what it's like to be exploited.
Right.
So then, thusly, they are like more. Even though they're doing hard ass labor, working in the iron and like keeping the forge heated and shit.
Yeah, but they're no longer being mistreated.
Yeah,
And
and
at the
plus
same
they're pretty
point.
much in charge.
Right. They have basic run of the friggin' town. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Hey, this place is ran by a hard ass woman.
Yeah, and she's
Hard
like,
ass.
and she loves the women. She's always like, oh yeah, the women won't be able to hold this, but they're stronger than the men, and they're better shots than the men, and blah
Right.
blah 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 blah. Whenever she goes out, she takes the men, because she
Right.
knows that they're gonna croak.
Right.
And the women always stay back, just hanging out in their ill-fitting kimonos with, trying to keep their
also,
goodie
you
bits
notice
from
the moment that Ashitaka steps up in there, everybody's like, "Oh shit, that nigga pretty."
Because if you look at all the rest of the motherfuckers that you see in that town,
That's fair enough.
they fugly.
I'm still pondering where she found all these guys that look like shit, but got all these beautiful brothel.
How come
women.
How come all these guys got heads like polygons?
Shit.
Ashitaka's got like the
God.
nice rounded head, and then you got all these other motherfuckers that look like the bottom half is an octagon, the top half is a square.
Yeah, geometry was not good with these men in Irontown. Not at all. Not one single bit. So, yeah, they're mining iron, to make weapons. Of all things, weapons. And you know nature's not happy with that. So that is one of the reasons why Nago was all pissy. But not just him. It's all of the friggin' force
Yeah, there was
animals and gods and
the gorilla gods.
Yeah, those guys
The
were.
gorillas were just a-holes throwing poop and sticks at
Right.
everybody.
I mean, especially when you're just seeing silhouettes of these
Yeah,
guys
with the
at
red
first.
eyes.
You're like, oh, have you already been taken by the evil
Yes.
anger?
But their job was like the people in Irontown were angry because the gorillas were doing nothing but planting seeds in the middle of the night to
Right.
replant the trees that they kept growing, and they were getting angry at them for it. Like they're planting seeds to regrow the forest.
I mean, that's a virtuous and necessary thing if you want to keep the forest alive. But if you know that humans are the main issue, yeah, if you're ballsy enough, go ahead. Go ahead, take on some humans.
Yeah.
Go ahead. With your poop and rocks. and
It's
sticks.
celestial poop.
Oh, wow. Oh, it sparkles like fucking rainbows when it hits me? Oh, man.
And then it does a slow-mo like, wah, 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 wah.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Where did he get a brown crayon from?
Ew, David! Yeah, somebody keep throwing that out there. Schitt's Creek.
David.
Come on. Looking for so many endorsements. Throwing out so many references to get those endorsements. Come on, guys. Come on. Episode 1. Take a chance. Gamble on these guys. We're gonna make it. We are gonna make it happen.
So, yeah, the shitty quality is only the beginning. It will only get better.
Oh yeah. Think about it. Endorsements gives us the ability to get better equipment to make this sound so much better.
So, and also spend more time on it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So he gets to Irontown, and then she gives him like let him walk around,
Right. Get his bearings. of the
getting his
town.
bearings, and then she introduces him to like the lepers that she's getting to build the guns.
Right. And once again, you got to think, Boshi might not have the worst cause because of how she does things.
Oh, yeah.
She's freeing women from brothels. She's taking in lepers who have been excommunicated from so many places because of their disease.
Yeah, and mistreated
know.
constantly, and then she's telling both of these people, "Hey, you're in charge here."
Yeah,
or
you have the run of the mill. As long as you do this for me, you're good. You
Yeah.
don't have to do anything. You can live the best life you can here.
But you know what's funny is the guys seemed like they felt they were also in charge at the same time. I mean, like they would be like, "Oh yeah, the women are blah blah blah. They're so dumb, blah blah blah." But then that was like the extent of it. Pretty
Yeah.
much the women, you knew the women had the run of the place.
Oh yeah, I mean
That was fantastic.
We,
That
we,
was good.
we go back there. You guys go out and do these deathly assignments while we sit here sitting pretty, stoking these flames to make this
12-hour
iron.
shifts.
Yeah.
No,
12
I'm sorry, 3-day shifts
Yeah.
is what they said.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah,
Three
3-day
whole
shifts.
days.
But you saw they had like half of them were taking naps off to the side while the other half were stoking the fire over and over and over again.
Right. So I guess it depends on what's your stamina, how good are your legs, and
Were they like the guardian from Lady in the Water with one really strong leg?
that's
A medical miracle.
I'm a scientific anomaly.
This guy over here.
like yeah, that's not right. That's not how the body works. We're gonna have to work on your science and
Thanks, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes, exactly. I'll tell you what, Bryce Howard. Whew. Oof.
All right, we can't get into that.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay, so he gets to Irontown.
Eventually, we will do some real movies with Bryce Howard.
Yes. When they're in, all right. So, but when they're in Irontown, Princess Mononoke comes and attacks
Yes, by herself.
by
No-
herself. Like
oh,
she gets flung over the wall by the wolves,
Right.
And then she's going in just to kill Eboshi, but then she basically gets surrounded
Oh yeah, by everybody.
by everyone.
And what is it? Two of the women that husbands were killed.
Yeah, husbands
her.
were killed by her. They were gonna fuck her up.
But here comes Ashitaka to be that hero in the night because he has not picked a side.
Yeah.
He has not picked a side. He stands for himself and his integrity. So what does he do? He gets between them and stops the woman from firing upon who Mononoke, who is San.
Yeah.
Was her actual name. So he's trying his best to calm the situation down, knowing that Eboshi
Because
is
everyone in
kinda egging
Irontown
her.
fucking hates her.
What I mean,
Because she
she's
represents the forest that
Right.
they're trying to tear down and trying to dig out the iron.
right, and she's there to save the forest while they're just trying to make a living, and again, that's prime example of the time period. It's
Yeah.
prime example. People are trying just to make it day to day,
Yeah.
but by making it day to day, you're also destroying
The day-to-day of animals and spirits and
the lives of everything else around
yes. Yeah.
you have to love that kind of story where you can root for both sides to a certain extent.
Yeah. And that's like part of at the ending. That was something that I was like, really? That's what he chose to do. Anyways,
Yeah.
so she gets into the middle of the fight with Ibuyashi, whatever the fucking name was, the leader of the
Eboshi.
Eboshi, leader of Irontown.
Right.
And she's trying to kill her because that's the main thing. It seems like all the spirits and her are out just to kill Eboshi. Because Eboshi's the one in charge
She
of
is
like,
the ringleader.
Yeah.
If you cut off the head,
Right. Unless you're a Hydra.
yeah, unless you're Hydra. Hell, Hydra.
Hell, Hydra. So she tries to kill her. He defends her from because it's literally almost the entire town surrounding them.
Right.
When they're in there, and somehow like they have this giant gate that he takes her out of, and they're like, "You can't get out of this gate because
It takes
it
10
10
men."
And then
takes 10
he
men.
took his one little infected arm and
And
just pushed that shit up.
Everybody
Got
like-
the elk out.
Everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he pushes it out with one hand, holding her in the other hand because
Right.
she's knocked unconscious.
Yep.
And then shuts the gate, takes her back, and then they bang.
Of course, that's not before.
No,
he
they
had-
don't. I'm just
he-
kidding.
Look, he did take at least one good shot, through and through, from one of the rifles. He did. Take
Oh
it through-
yeah.
He
He
through
took
and
that
through.
one in the hip.
Yeah, I mean, that could not have been easy to lift that gate. While blood loss, I mean, it was.
Yeah,
pouring.
because he was bleeding a lot because he got shot by one of the bullets.
Yep. All right. So as soon as they leave, and he gets to a safe distance away, the friggin' apes, being the dicks that they are, start to attack as always. So they're throwing their sticks and they're throwing their stones and whatnot. But they explain that they feel like the spirit of the forest has abandoned them because it is not actually taking any action against the humans at all. So they're talking their shit, and whatnot.
Oh yeah, because the forest spirit is not helping them
No.
fight off the bad guys. But
Nope.
I mean, when you see the forest spirit, you're like, it's obvious this dude he goes about his business and fuck everybody else.
Yeah, because what we don't know at the beginning of the movie when we first see it for that first time is that at night this sumbitch gets huge.
Oh yeah, he turns into the giant.
They call it the Night Walker.
the Nightwalker, but he's basically a giant galaxy lion.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. He's walking on 2 feet. He's got stars going through his body. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell? So they walk back, I believe, to the island in the center of that lake that we see.
Yeah, there's
in
an
the
island
forest.
in the center of the lake that Princess Mononoke mentions. It's like, oh, you're a smart elk because you know that it's sacred.
Correct.
Because what's his name passes out after he got shot.
Right, because once again, he bleeding pretty bad.
Yeah, he was losing a lot.
That's terrible. Outside of that, you find out that Jigo, our nice little traveling guy, actually works for the Emperor. That
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Yeah,
So
yeah, he
bad.
works for the fucking Emperor. He's got a team of mercenaries behind him.
Yep,
And
he
their
goes-
whole goal, they have one goal. The Emperor gave him a piece of paper that says, "Go ahead, you'll be pardoned if you cut off the head."
Get that head.
Was that terrible? I think that wasn't terrible. That wasn't terrible.
Get the head of that guardian bird. Ooh.
I had something for it, but I didn't want to do. I didn't want to get too weird.
You leaned forward to the mic like you were gonna do something, and then you just changed your mind.
Yep. Because I was like, that might be too dirty for episode 1.
No, fuck that.
Oh, really? Okay.
I do it.
I mean,
This is not made for 18 under.
oh no. Yeah, that's my head, not your head.
Heyo. So, anyways, yeah, the old dude that he meets on the road, who was really nice to him, turns out to be like the leader of a mercenary band,
Yeah, friggin'
who's
dick.
working for the Emperor, who is also helping Irontown just to destroy, to get the head of
The Forest Spirit.
Forest Spirit.
Like, bro, come on.
So he bleeds out, and he's basically about to die. And Mononoke takes him with her wolf buddies, and I cannot remember the elk's name. Yako?
That sounds right. I think
is
that's.
that right?
I'm pretty sure it sounds right. No, I'm pretty sure it's Yako.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure they didn't have a voice for Yako because it was just.
oh no, he never talked the whole time. It was just like. "Brr, brr, brr, brr." So she takes him to the center island and cuts off a plant, sticks it above his head, and then leaves him on the center island, pretty much dead at that point. But he was bleeding in the water, and then she leaves him alone, and then they show a scene where this forest spirit is kind of touching the wound and then touching his head.
Oh yeah, but you gotta think about that transition from huge to dying.
Oh yeah. He turns from the night spirit, and he slowly turns back into the elk with a human face.
Yeah, and literally
Creepy
just
shit.
dances on the water over to him.
Yeah.
I say dances, but I mean you know he walks over like he's Jesus.
Right. He does this Jesus walk over to He's like, hey. I don't think you make it out like he's doing a Jesus dance. Do you think Jesus moonwalked across the water?
I'm sorry. Looking at Jesus in so many different mediums, I'm like, Jesus probably had some style.
Oh, he probably had some style.
I mean, he traveled a lot. Brother probably picked up a lot of moves.
I mean, he was like 30 something, so he was probably a really good carpenter. And, you know, he did like some YMCA type shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could wax that ass. I'm pretty sure.
I don't want to get into that. We're going to get in trouble.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Grow up.
Yeah.
So, this forest spirit heals him.
Yep. At least
And then-
at least the bullet wound, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's still cursed. Still
Yeah,
cursed.
he's still
guys.
cursed. He's still weak as shit. But then he wakes back up after like 2 days, and
Right.
Princess Mononoke is still there.
Yeah, that's after the boars have come and voiced their opinion on what's going down. They're going to go and they're going to Irontown and they're going to get their shit.
Yeah,
they're
the boar
going
spirits. They're going to go murder everyone in Irontown.
That is the accepted medium. They're going out there and they're going to do their shit.
Yeah, it's like hundreds of boars.
Yeah, it's like a whole boar tribe.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
So he wakes up, and then his goal is to basically, I don't know. He wakes up, and his goal is like he's just hanging out with the wolf tribe and Princess Mononoke, and then they have their like subtle hints that they're like, we're both the only young and attractive people in within 100-mile radius. We should do dirty things. And then the wolf is like, he wants you, babe.
Yep.
And she's like,
Jillian Anderson said y'all could do it if you wanted to, but
and she's like, what?
you shouldn't do it because I was dying.
Yeah.
Don't you do that mess in front of me.
Stop it. Stop it. So, right, so he gets back to the wolf den, and he's hanging out with all the wolf gods. There's only 3 of them. It's like the
Yes,
mom and the
Moro,
2 kids.
the two her actual 2 cubs, and San.
Yeah. And so they hang out for a bit, and then it turns out they find out about they know about the boars going to fight, and they want to go help them.
Right. Even though Morrow basically thinks it's a bad idea and they should just stay out of it, they decide, hey, we're going to be rebellious kids and we're going to do it anyway. So, that's what they do. They go.
Yeah, so the 2 younger cubs and San go and help the boars in their attack on Irontown.
Little did the boars know that these guys were not playing fair. They were mines and they were throwing grenades.
And
I
there were
tell you what,
explosions everywhere.
you thought Nago got it bad getting shot once? No, these guys got blown to hell. Hell!
Yeah.
And also, meanwhile, in Irontown, they were being invaded by that same bandit clan, or Lord's army, because he was like, oh man, y'all got all this good stuff going on. I really want y'all stuff.
Well, the reason they attacked then was because
All the men were gone.
All the men.
And they didn't think the ladies had any strength.
Yeah. All that was left was the women, because all the men left because they were going on the attack with the mercenary clan.
Right.
To try and find the spirit, the forest spirit, to chop off its head.
Yeah.
And so they were all going together. And all that was left was just the women and the lepers.
Yep. Guess what? The women and the lepers was enough to keep them walls going.
Yeah, they were like at the inner wall, I think, by the end of it. But they were fighting them off. They weren't sleeping and all that other crap.
Oh, no. Ashitaka shows up a little bit after that. Asks what's going on. Oh, we've been invaded. We good. Just get word to Lady Eboshi. We need a little help. Okay, I got you. Takes off on his red elk.
Yeah, because he's finally good enough to keep going.
Yep.
And that's when he chops off, he shoots the samurai.
There you go.
Because that was one of my favorite parts, was because there were 2 samurai coming at him. He's like, please stop fighting. I don't want to hurt you. And one of them raises up a bow and the other one raises up a sword. And he pulls back his bow and shoots off the head of the dude with the arrow. And the other one with the sword just immediately makes a U-turn casually and is like, fuck that. And runs away.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know that, that is the smart black move.
What's that large noise? Every white person running towards it.
Nope. An egregious nope. We don't do that.
Everybody run!
Split up. No. We don't do that. Just to let you know that is the smart thing to do. Not what everybody else wants you to do. We just split up.
So he goes into he goes through. He's running to try and tell Lady Eboshi
Yeah.
that Irontown needs help.
Right.
And he doesn't know that they're out to kill the spirit guardian. The forest.
That's true.
spirit.
Yeah, he
doesn't know.
he's not aware of that fact yet.
Yeah, and when he gets there,
That's
when they are at the lake and they see the forest spirit turn into back into the elk form, right?
hold on. I think. Let me see. Timeline wise, because he runs into the men on the battlefield after seeing all the carnage. That's when you find out what happened with the grenades and mines.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells them that the women need him back at the town. Whatever leftover mercenaries that were still on the field, the men of Irontown say, "Yo, we gotta go." And they're like, "No, you gonna bury these bodies and you gonna come with us." And he was like, "Hell no!" So they uprise against the last few soldiers.
That's right. They go up against the mercenaries.
And they're like, "Screw you guys, we're going home." Thanks, Cartman.
One of the wolf pups got stuck underneath the warthogs.
And they
were kind enough to help him.
Yeah, Ashitaka and some of the guys help him out. Even though they were like, "Man, you crazy."
Yeah, he was like stuck between... The wolf was alive, but stuck between two warthog dead bodies.
Right.
Because the warthogs weren't just regular sized warthogs.
No, he was giant. He was freaking massive. They were bigger than people. Probably at least six
They were like
living
living room size.
Yeah.
So he helps him up, and the wolf gets out, and then he's like, "Okay, we got to go save
San."
So
they dip off. The men are heading back to Irontown. On their way, you see San trying to save the life of the warthog elder, who is
the blind.
Yeah, he is mortally wounded, but then he starts doing the same thing Nago did and letting all the hate run through him, and
oh no, wormies start popping.
Yeah, the wormies start popping out of his head, and then the mercenaries dressed in...
They took the pelts from
of the warthogs, so that because he was blind, all he smelled was his brother. He's like, "Come, my brethren, we'll go to the forest spirit."
And he just blindly leads them all the way to the hideout.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
To the hideout of the forest spirit. And then, San's trying to stop him, and the wolf is trying to stop him, and... Yeah, because I think Mama Wolf went to the forest spirit, but she was just laying down by the water,
she's
waiting to die.
She's basically almost done.
Yeah, she's just waiting to die.
Yeah, unlike the boars, she accepts death gracefully. Let's fight it to the bitter end and get mad and shit.
That's what they said specifically in the movie. They were like, they're hot-headed.
Yeah,
they're a bunch of fucking assholes.
They can be. They fight for the spirits, but they're fucking assholes.
Yeah, dicks all the way around. So they finally make it there, and then what happens? The mercenaries start literally swirling around. Like, "Hey, we're gonna go ahead and kill this boar spirit. We don't need him no more. He led us where we gotta go."
Oh yeah, they start pegging him with.
But San's also trapped because somehow she's gotten caught up in the swirl of evil that's coming out of the boar guy.
Oh yeah, she gets sucked in.
Yeah, because he literally demons out with her on her.
Yeah.
So they start trying to incorporate her into the transition into a full dark
demon spirit or whatever.
Yeah.
So she gets sucked in, and then the warthog makes it to the forest spirit, right?
Right.
Yeah, with all the other little creepy mercenaries dressed in boar hides around them. And then the main character gets to them. I don't know why I can never remember anyone's fucking name ever.
It's okay. Ashitaka,
yeah, he gets there.
Yeah, that guy.
And he's like, "Sa!" And then they do the Dragon Ball Z, every anime ever, where they just scream their name 100 billion times. While
So he's trying to get San out of there, and San was trying to fight off the
infection
boar guys and the infection at the same time. Finally, he just manages to rip her out as best he can. I think at that point the boar spirit's basically dead.
Basically dead, yeah.
Because they've done enough damage.
Because then the forest spirit comes to the boar god and basically touches him once.
That's right.
And then instantly all the hate is it's just gray and dead, and then the boar spirit falls, and San's taken out of it.
But then Eboshi.
And then Eboshi pops up. She's like, "Let me show you how to kill a god."
Yep. She pops it once.
Yeah, and he's okay.
Doesn't take the head off completely. Once he transitions back down into his smaller form, That's when she's like, "Gotcha."
Yeah, pops him once in the neck, and his neck just goes.
Yeah, I'm like,
And his head like. Pops
oh no, that's
out.
right. Because no, he was already in the small form, and then he was
transitioning into the night
Walker.
Yeah.
That's when she takes a shot.
She hits him once in the neck, and it literally explodes, and his head just falls to the ground,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh shit.
And I mean, those guys are fast. They grab that head, put it into a freaking
Iron pot.
an iron pot of all things, an iron pot
With a sealed lid.
with a pressure sealed lid.
How far do you think you're really going to get with that shit?
4 guys have to carry this thing.
Yeah.
4 guys.
They start booking it because the rest of the forest spirit's body turns into the night god.
Yeah, which then goes
Is
freaking
headless
chaotic because
and
it wants to find its head.
And it kills everything.
I mean, the forest starts dying because it is now the antithesis. Yeah, antithesis.
Yeah.
Of what it was, which was life. Now it's a spirit of death. So it's
And
killing the forest and
it's
anything
got
that
the
it
blobs
touches.
going through.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that touches the blobs instantly dies.
Yep.
Because it sucks its soul out.
Yep.
And it's just like going crazy. And these 4 guys, including
Jigo.
Jigo, the mercenary old man,
Yep.
goes running
Yep.
with the holding
Because
the
they trying to
pot.
get paid.
Yeah, all they want to do is get the head back to the emperor.
Now we can't skimp over Eboshi losing an arm
Oh yes,
because of the wolf goddess.
yeah, the wolf goddess.
Yeah, Moro. Moro does.
Also,
even
does
though
he get blown up? She get blown up?
Eboshi
I can't remember because her head is the only thing that's left.
of Moro.
No, the wolf god.
Moro.
Yeah, Moro.
Yeah.
It's just the head that's left. Something happens to the rest of the body. I think. Oh, she fights the warthog god trying to hold him back.
Yeah.
And all that's left is her head.
Yes.
And then after Eboshi shoots the spirit god,
Yep.
the
Moro's
wolf,
head.
basically it's Moro's head just like slithers, jumps, and
Takes that
bites
arm.
off her arm.
She's like, "Hey, I still got you.
Yeah, she was like,
Still got you."
yeah, because she said specifically when they get there, she's like, I was saving my energy to kill fucking Eboshi when she got here, but I guess I'll use it to save my daughter.
That's true. Hey, at least she took her shooting hand.
She sure the fuck did.
she took her. That's my squeezing hand.
That's my hand to use for high fiving. How am I supposed to use it now?
Oh no.
Oh no.
So yeah, now ensues a huge chase to get this head. You have Ashitaka, San, one wolf, and a crazy death spirit murdering an entire forest full of creatures and anything else to get that head back.
Yeah, they're running away from that, trying to get to the head that's in the iron pot.
Yes, so much
And
fun.
like the spirit can feel where it is,
Right.
Because it's like, it's basically destroying everything in a circular radius around it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
It goes through Irontown.
Cause it's
It
yeah.
completely obliterates Irontown.
Luckily, most of the people from Irontown were in boats and have made it to shore.
Well, that's also
the water
because-
was slowing it down.
Yeah, the water slowed it down, but that was because what's his name? The main character. I'm so bad about. I don't remember.
Ashitaka.
Ashitaka.
One of these days, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you good. We're
Yeah.
gonna get you good on that.
Ashitaka goes and tells them, "Hey, get in the water. Water will slow it down.
Right.
Like I'm gonna go try and find the head." And so everyone from Irontown gets into the middle of the water from the lake, different lake, not the spirit lake,
Right.
to try and slow down the water or the spirit enough so that he can continue to go and try and get the head. And then finally, everyone is like falling behind. Like 2 of them fall over, and then it's just the one guy trying to drag.
Yeah,
The head.
It's one guy in Jigo now, and that's really at this point. That's all it needs. And he's trying to protest his case, but the
He knows
emperor.
it's fucking worthless.
It's like but he wants the money.
That's it.
It's the money, man. Because that emperor money, that kingdom money.
that sweet ass emperor money.
Oh hell yeah, boy! They give me so many prostitutes, son. I'm gonna get them girls from Irontown. I'm gonna put them back where they belong. Give it.
Buying my own brothel.
Oh, with blackjack and hookers?
You know it.
Gotta have hookers.
A little bit of spades.
Ooh.
So, eventually they catch up to him, obviously. And they're like, he's coming to get the head. And I don't know why they say this, but they open up the top of it and they pull out the head, and the head's all like gooey,
I mean,
green gooey.
yeah, I'm like, we know that was not in there before, but
Yeah.
it's a head and it had stuff in it too, right?
So gross.
But a whole pool of stuff from
Whole,
his cerebellum.
like, green goo comes out. I mean,
Like,
it's a god, so we're just gonna let everything go. It does god things. We'll just accept that.
It makes plants grow.
But then for some reason he knows. He's like, oh, it has to be handed to it by human hands.
Yeah, so he
Says
just-
fucking who?
So Ashitaka just being Ashitaka, here's your head.
Yeah, holds it up with San. Both
Right.
of them holding a side of it.
So representative of the forest, representative of man, holding and giving the god
Yeah.
back its head. And in this moment is when Ashitaka's arm is healed.
Yeah, because both of them are getting attacked by I can't remember what it is, but as they're chasing after him, they're both getting the scars.
Right.
Like he has on his arm.
It looked like it was almost because he touched what was in the iron pot. I guess what was coming out of the head. I guess because of the anger, I would say because of the anger that was being felt inside.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Because it was something that was making them it was giving them the scars all over the body instead of just in his arm.
Right.
Because San had it and he had it. And then as they're holding up the head, then the
Yeah, I guess at this point I would call it a death walker.
yeah, the headless death walker
Yeah.
puts its slimy ooze that normally kills everything onto the head, and then
Right.
it's just like shh.
Yep.
Just
and,
veers, and then-
everything just goes back to normal.
Yeah, everything's back to normal, and then everywhere, well, like Irontown's completely destroyed.
Right.
And then everywhere that was just stone and burnt trees that Irontown had burnt down became like lush green land.
Right. And it was I guess the spirit's last
Yeah.
infusion of life that it will give. Because at this point, I'm pretty sure that even though it took back the head, it's no longer a spirit of life. It's no longer a spirit of death. It's just gone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just died.
Yeah. So. Yay.
Yay!
So. Jigo's pissed. He doesn't have no money. But I'm pretty sure he's not going back to the Emperor empty-handed, so he's now a fugitive. Lady Eboshi, back to Irontown. Ashitaka, I'm gonna go help rebuild Irontown.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's going back to rebuild Irontown.
I'm thinking that he wants to try to make it better so that it no longer impacts the forest the way that it has.
Okay, that I understand then. But then he's like, hey, I'll come visit you, son.
So San's not. I mean, as long as she's lived in the woods basically her entire life, so she doesn't know regular human life. So she's going to go back and she's going to try her best to get the rest of the forest animals and gods together and try to rebuild the forest as best they can.
Yeah.
So they're both on a
it
mission
makes
too.
sense.
Yeah, they're both on a mission now to better their.
And if they're
their
both
sides.
working together, even though he's not technically the leader.
No, he would be more on an advisory role at this point.
But they're both working together, so it's a good idea. And plus, after Ibushi loses her arm,
Yeah, so
she's
she
a
needs-
little bit nicer, thinking about, you know what, maybe I should work with the forest.
Yeah, considering.
High five. Oh,
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh no, that's my weak hand. Oh,
oh no.
oh no, this is flimsy fat. Oh no, not a flimsy fat.
Oh no.
That's a weak salute, soldier. Weak salute. Always with the right, even if it's a nub.
So yeah, that's pretty much the end.
Yeah, we basically have told you the entire movie, and hopefully, with our rants and raves and small, what would you say? Fanciful whimsies.
What's your thought on the whole movie? Like your opinion of the movie?
My opinion of the movie, I remember seeing this almost immediately when it came out, and I thought it was beautiful. I mean, I love anything from the '90s. because that's my period.
I mean, that's also my period.
Yeah,
Like,
that's my
I enjoy animation, but I'm not crazy about anime.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the stories are just a little bit like, eh. But this one was, I really enjoyed this one because it was a solid story,
Right.
solid animation. Like, it told a really good story from beginning to end. Even though there were a couple times where you're like, why the fuck is this happening? You kind of are more easily able to give it away to like, okay, this is the fanciful whimsy. We're giving you can have this. That's fine. Because there's a couple times where you watch a few movies and you're like, why the hell is this happening? And then they don't explain it. You're like, no, you need to explain why. Like, this one doesn't make you feel that way. Like,
We've got 2 hours. We can't explain everything. and see, sometimes that's why they'll do a movie, but then they'll break it down into a series, and then they can better explain. One that I think we should look at later, future, X 1999. It's a movie at first, but then they break it down into a whole series, and you can get to feel out all the characters, all their backstories and stuff. But for Mononoke, it's a great movie. Great story. You can literally side with both your antagonist and your protagonist in different areas, and it's one of those thinker pieces. It's a good thought piece, I think. For
yeah, I mean, it's the classic story of like nature versus modern technology.
correct.
And but I would probably, if I had to rate it, I'd give it 5 kimonos out of 4.
5 kimonos out of 4. Wow.
Because they're slightly open kimonos.
Fair enough.
Because they're from brothels, but they're modest. Damn it.
They are quite modest. You know what? They're not trying to show you the goods, but they're also trying to show you the goods.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
We're working the forge, but we're also working the forge.
what? I have no idea what you're talking about. All right, so you're giving it a solid 5 out of 4. You know what? Because 99.
9 kimonos out of 10. Because I don't want to give it a perfect score.
Oh, 9 out of 10. Okay,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
You know what? I will rate it at
Because
least.
5 out of 4 is theoretically impossible.
Damn. I mean, it depends on your math.
Real math.
Okay, real math, not theoretical math. Okay. I want to give it about a 9.5. 9.5, Because, I mean, there's some parts where you're like, huh? But majority of this movie.
Yeah, majority of the movie, you're into it.
Yeah.
You're enjoying it.
And again, their voice cast. Oh, friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, friggin' amazing.
I feel like we may have started with something that maybe we started with something that too high end.
Once again, it's a heavy hitter. I mean, you can look at the Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb scores. I mean, they're high. High.
We started high, and everything after this is gonna be.
It's gonna be crap.
It's gonna be hot garbage.
Oh no, not a dumpster fire.
Hot garbage.
Jesus, oh man. I tell you what, I don't.
Guys over here.
I don't know if I can take it, Benny. Come on, Benny, come on. You can't do it.
So, we'll be back next time.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do another movie. I think next time we're doing, what is it? E-Tranger?
E-Tranger is what you told me.
Isn't it something else? E-Tranger?
It's something else. E-Tranger.
Hold on.
You get the whole title. E-Tranger. Blah, blah, blah,
blah. The next one that we're doing is Koshigun the Time Tranger. It's from 1985.
Yeah, we were only about 2, so this is going to be a wild ride down memory lane.
There's no H in memory.
What?
What? What? No H in memory?
Get my coat whip.
Quickly.
Need to take some whips.
Thank you so much for listening to the KJNA podcast. If you liked what you heard, you can always catch up with us by sending us an email. You got a question, you got a comment, you want to send some encouraging words. You can catch up with us at kjnapodcast@gmail.com. We're also on all the socials. We got the TikTok, we got the Twitter, we got the Facebook and the Instagram, all at KJNA Podcast. We also have a Patreon where you can catch extra episodes and bonus content that we don't have on here, also at KJNA Podcast. For this episode, I want to send out a special thanks to Chris for fixing my computer because it was being a pain in the ass. And I want to dedicate this episode to my buddy Ty, who passed away a few weeks ago, who was always so encouraging and one of the most creative and artistic people I've ever met in my entire life. And I miss you, and I love you. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.